Hey there, everyone. This is Sharon for Self Care U Nuggets. And so, what I want to talk about is tomorrow may be too late. And before I get into it, make sure you like and share. Make sure you turn on the notifications so that you will know when these Self Care Nuggets come on. And also make sure that you subscribe. And so, thank you. And if you are listening live, let me know where you're listening for. And if you're listening to the replay, make sure you let me know that too. Um, I'm about to say something else. But anyway, here we go. Tomorrow may be too late. How many times have we all, because I've done it too, said that we'll do it tomorrow, we'll do it tomorrow. Now I'm taking this in a different way because most of the time we may say, no, that may not be true, maybe going in the way that I want it to go. Sometimes we would say we would do it tomorrow. And we all know that tomorrow is not promised to us. So, one thing I really do want to point out, that when it comes to self care, it's about, being intentional about taking care of yourself. And sometimes we forget about certain aspects when it comes to taking care of ourselves. And sometimes that is making sure that we're taking care of the paperwork that is in our lives. And so that means that, if there's anything that needs to be signed, make sure you sign it. That means is if you need to look at a will, you need to look at a trust, need to look at your insurance policy, need to look at, even when it comes to your car insurance, when it comes to your life insurance, because of the fact those are the things we don't talk about. And one thing that I would say, tomorrow may be too late, even if it's for yourself, for your family, someone that you love, make sure that you are taking care of business. And it's kind of like a couple of reasons that I say that. I'm going to say at least two things, maybe three. One thing is the fact is that we never know when that time is going to come for us, meaning that when we would transition from this earth, we can plan as much as we want, we can work out and be as healthy, but we will never know. And so, in saying that, oh my, even I have personally experienced when a loved one passed and they do not have anything in order. And it's not about just having a policy, it's really also about, what that person's wish is, having things in place. And then also to make sure that each one of us have a policy. Yeah, you can go to Fund Me, but Fund Me, it's not going to pretty much, when you're going through that, put it like this, having things in place helps ease some of the emotional pain that you and well, not you if you're past, but your family may be going through, or even you if you have a loved one, is to make sure, no, we don't talk about it. And even I have been guilty. I've tried to talk to a family member about, of course, they didn't have it. But one thing I can say, did I really come straight out and talk about it? Yes, I would ask questions, but to really have that serious talk, because, maybe it would have, saved some things and then maybe not. The other thing is that tomorrow is not promised to us in the sense that, we talk about when it comes to health conditions. And it may not even be a health condition in and of itself, just meaning that one, someone can have a stroke or heart attack, or when it comes to dementia, we know how unfortunately rapid that dementia is, and it comes up. And I'm saying it comes up, but it can happen in so many different ways. And then the other thing is when it comes to an accident, and the reason I'm bringing all of these things up is like how much we want to enjoy life and to live in joy and to be prepared, but let's make sure that we being prepared in the right way, because of the fact that we see, like sometimes I'm going to say this, we've seen like with Jamie Foxx, he's had some medical conditions, and I really do hope and pray that he's able to able to recover in whatever is going on with him. And I send prayers out to his family as well. But just in using that as an example, that can happen to anyone. And even with him, I mean, we don't know. Yes, he has the money, but does he have things in place? I really do hope so. But that's for any of us. It really gives us the opportunity to look at our own lives to say, what do we have in place? Are our wishes in place? And then not only that, there are, a lot of times when people think about life insurance, they think about, the other side, but there are definitely things that you can put in place so that if you become disabled, if you become have a critical medical condition, there are certain things that, again, that can help protect your family financially. And so these things are not just for the rich and famous. This is not just for the wealthy. It's like in order to have generational legacy, generational wealth, that is in putting things in place for your family. This is so, so, so important. I cannot tell you how important this is, because now that I'm looking at it, now that I'm a financial professional, I'm looking at it from a different eye. Before, I was just looking at it just from the health perspective. And even though you still do that, but even with that, whether it's your own health or a family member health, you never know what can happen. And so when it comes to all of these things, pretty much what I'm saying is making sure that you're taking care of business, making sure that your family is protected, because of the fact when it comes to self-care, it's not just about, it is taking action, but it's not just about eating the food and exercising. It's making sure you have things in place, because what's the use of you're doing all of those things, but then it still causes emotional. And even though, of course, if an accident happened or someone passes, there's a lot of emotion that goes into that. But I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about, at least when you have things in place, it really does help our family member, your loved ones, to not have to go through another huddle, to not have to worry about where, what if. And there's just so many different things that I can talk about when it comes to this, that kind of comes to mind. But the main thing is, make tomorrow is not promised. And so therefore make sure that you have things in place.